We're going to start in seated today. So finding a nice comfortable seat, cross-legged if that works for you. Otherwise, however is comfortable. So you can sit with your legs out in front, you could kneel. But if cross legs works, then that's great. Allow your hands to rest. If you can, palms facing upwards around your mid-thigh. This will help shoot your shoulder blades down your back. Gently tuck your chin. Lift the crown of your head. Allow your eyes to relax and gaze at the floor in front of you, or close your eyes. Whatever works for you. And allow your attention to rest with your natural breath. And then start to use a gentle ujjayi for a slight contraction in your throat, that breath that sounds like the ocean waves. Very gentle. And anchor your attention on the sound of the breath and the passage of your breath as it enters your body and leaves your body. If your mind starts to wander, bring your focus back to your breath. Start to allow your attention to return into your physical body, into your yoga space. Maybe making some gentle movements, and if your eyes are closed, starting to flicker them open. And reach your hands up overhead and give yourself a nice fingertip to toe tip stretch, really stretching through the ends of your fingers. And then exhale to relax. And bring your legs out in front and give yourself, shake your legs out. Okay, so sitting with legs out in front, however is comfortable for you. And we're going to start with some rotations with your ankles. And the other way. And relax, and then flex your feet. So you're really pulling your ankles up off the earth. And point your toes, really pointing your toes as far as you can down towards the earth. And flexing feet. And pointing toes. Lovely. Bring your hands underneath your right leg. Bend and straighten a few times. And then rotate your lower leg. And the other way. And then pop the leg out in front and swap sides. So bend and straighten the other leg. And then rotate the lower leg. And the other way. And then bring the leg out in front. Come back to sitting cross-legged if that's comfortable for you. Bring your left hand down to the earth, just beside your thigh. Just allow the hand to rest flat down on the earth. And taking your right hand, just making some gentle circles with your right arm. So you're really trying to open up the chest. So you can bend as much into the left hand, the left elbow as you like. You can come as far across to the side as feels comfortable. It's just really trying to open up the right hand side of the body. And then after your last one, bringing that back to neutral. And swap sides. So you're bringing your right hand down to the floor and then taking some nice big circles with the left hand, left arm. Really opening the left hand side of your body. Trying to really breathe into that left lung. And then bringing that back to neutral. Bring your chin to your chest. And feel the stretch down the back of your neck. And then take your head down and over to one side. And then bring your chin back down towards your chest and take your head over to the other side. And then keep this going. So you're making kind of like arc-shaped movements with your head. Down and across each time. And then finish with your second side. And very gently bring your head back to neutral. And take a gentle roll with your shoulders. And the other way. On an inhale, lift both hands up overhead. And then exhale, fold forward. So bringing hands down to the earth if you want to, and then walking your hands forward. So as always, being aware of lower backs. If you've got any lower back stuff going on, then ease off. There's no need to go to your maximum stretch. Just relax here and breathe. On an exhale, then walking your hands over to your left hand side. So staying in your forward fold and walking to your left hand side. So you come to your noses over your left knee. Taking a few more breaths here. And then on an inhale, walk your hands up and come up so you're still facing over your left knee. Bring your right hand to the outside of the knee, left hand behind, turn and look over your shoulder to come to a twist. So you're in a cross-legged twist. Inhaling, bringing both hands back up overhead as you return to center. And then exhale, fold forwards, bringing hands down to the earth again. Again, ease off if you've got any lower back complaints. And then walking your hands this time over to the right. So you come so your nose is over your right knee. And then as you inhale, walk the hands back up so you're still facing over your right knee. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee, turning to look over your right shoulder for a cross-legged twist. And then inhale, bring both hands back up overhead as you come back to center. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor and come to all fours. So placing your hands below your, can't get my words out, below your shoulders, knees below hips. And we're going to start just rotating the hips. So you're taking just the hips around in a circle. So you're kind of rotating pelvis, tailbone. And then change directions. And then bring that back to neutral. Take your right hand, thread your right hand underneath your left, bringing the side of your head, your face, down towards the floor. So some of you will stay there. Some of you might want to take this a little bit further and lift your left hand up off the floor. So you're really focusing on opening your chest. If you have your hand raised, on an exhale, lower it down. And then push into your left hand and find your way all the way back to all fours. And then take your left hand, thread your left hand underneath your right arm, bringing yourself down to the earth. And again, some of you will stay here. Some of you might like to raise your right hand and really open through the chest. If you have your right hand raised, bring it down to the earth and then push into the hands and find your way back to all fours. And then walk your hands out in front of you, keeping a nice right angle shape here with your hips. Walk your hands out in front of you to bring either the crown of your head or your forehead down towards the earth, and you're dropping your chest down towards the earth. So breathing into the stretch through the shoulders. Making sure you stay nice and strong with your lower body. Back off if you need to. You can come right up to the crown of the head, but make sure you don't put any weight through your neck if you're resting on the crown of your head. Keep your weight in your arms and your hands. And then on an inhale, pushing into the hands and finding your way back to all fours. Tuck your toes underneath and then push into your hands, push into your feet, lift your tailbone and find your way to downward dog. First dog of the day, so we're going to walk the dog, pushing the heels away one at a time, warming gently the back of the legs. On an inhale, lift the left leg up behind. And then exhale, sweep the foot all the way through between the hands. You can use your hand to help you if you need to. Drop your right knee down to the earth. So you should find yourself in a kind of runner's lunge position with your hands either side of your front foot. And then from here, on an inhale, wide stretch, bring your hands up overhead to come to runner's lunge. Really dropping into the back hip flexor. Keep shoulder blades down your back. See if you can stay with your nice even ujjayi breath here. If you want to increase the intensity, you can tuck the right toes underneath and lift the right leg up off the earth. Wherever you are, if you've got your leg lifted, bring it down. And then on an exhale, bring both hands down to the inside of your front foot. And inhale, lift the left arm, up so you come to a lunge twist. And again, if you want to increase the intensity here, you can tuck the toes and lift the right leg up behind you. On an exhale, bring the hand down on the outside of the foot. So you're back to one hand either side of the foot. Drop your back knee if it's raised. And then step back to all fours. And then bring your buttocks all the way back onto your heels to rest in child's pose. Forehead down to the earth. You can creep your fingertips away from you if you'd like to have a stretch through the shoulders. Otherwise, you can just allow your hands to rest on arms to rest on the earth. So if you haven't crept your fingertips away, do so now. Just creep them as far away as you can with your buttocks still pretty much touching your heels. And then come up to all fours. Leave your hands where they are. Tuck your toes underneath and unfold to downward dog. So you should find that this gives you an almost perfect alignment for downward dog. So this time our dog is static, heels are pushing down into the earth. Head and neck relaxed. Maybe take some yeses and nos with your head. Shoulder blades down your back. Engagement through Mula Bandha. On an inhale, lift your right leg up behind. Exhale, bring the right leg back down to the earth. And then inhale, lift the left leg up behind. Exhale, step the left foot all the way forwards between the hands, dropping the back knee to the earth. And then inhaling, wide stretch, come up to your runner's lunge. So dropping right into the back hip flexor. And if you want to, you can tuck your toes and lift the back leg to increase the intensity. It's entirely up to you. Keep shoulder blades down your back. Nice and strong through the sides of your body. Exhale, bring both hands down to the inside of your front foot. And then inhale, lift your right arm up behind to come to lunge twist. You can look up along the length of your right arm if that feels good for your neck. Otherwise, just stay looking forwards or down. And then exhale, bring your hand back down. So you've now got one hand either side of your front foot again. And step back to all fours. And again, we're going to unfold into downward dog. Taking a few breaths in your downward dog. And then from here, you're going to come over to come to plank pose. So from downward dog, shoulders come over your hands and find yourself in plank. Drop your knees here if you need to. Exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. Tuck your tailbone, inhale, push into your hands, come to cobra. Shoulder blades down your back. Exhale from there, back to downward dog. And then on an inhale, step or jump to seated if you're familiar. Otherwise, drop your knees to the earth, sit your buttocks back on your heels, and come and lay flat on your back. Knees bent. Hands down, hands out to a T shape if you have space. Otherwise, take them to cactus arms or just allow them to rest wherever they can down by your sides. Obviously, it all depends on the space that you have available. On an exhale, drop both knees down to one side. And then inhale, bring them back to center. Exhale, take them to the other side. Inhale, center. Keep this going, work with your breath. If you want to increase the intensity, then you can lift your feet so your shins are parallel with the sky and repeat exactly the same movement. Exhaling to one side, inhaling to center, exhaling to the other side, and inhaling to center. Try and keep both shoulders on the earth throughout. And the next time you drop your knees to the earth, it doesn't matter which side it is, you can allow them to rest for a few breaths. If you want to, you can turn your head to face in the opposite direction. And just try and relax and really let go. Allow the earth to support you. Notice any holding on. And try and really consciously let that go into the earth. If you've turned your head to one side, bring that back to center. And then on an inhale, bring your knees back to center. And exhale, take them to the other side. Again, allow them to rest. And if you want to, you can turn your head again to face in the opposite direction. And then try and really let go. Let the earth hold you. Notice any differences between the two sides of your body. If you've got your head turned to one side, bring it back to center. And then on an inhale, bring your knees back to center. And then bring both knees into your belly and allow yourself a knee hug. And then bring both legs down to the mat. Hands down by your sides, palms open up towards the sky. And set yourself up for Shavasana. Shoulder blades down your back. You can let go of your breath now. You can let go of your body. Let go of any focus, any attention. And just allow yourself to relax, to be still, and for the next few moments to just be.
Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Drop your head very gently from one side to the other. And then find your way to rest on one side. And then find your way to seated. Bringing hands up overhead in the Prana Mudra. Bringing your hands together overhead to the crown of your head, to your third eye for wisdom and clarity of thought, to your lips and your throat for peace and love in all that we say, and to your heart space to love unconditionally. Thank you for sharing this Tuesday practice. Namaste.